We good, we good, we good. Welcome to the Rap Dads year in review for 2024. I'm
Oh
your
man.
host, Esteban Serrano, and I'm joined by some amazing brothers that I've had the pleasure of collaborating with this year on this fatherhood journey. I feel like all of us throughout our careers and our platforms are right at that intersection of hip hop and fatherhood, both of which are very near and dear to our hearts. So we're going to start off by introducing Manny Digital, Bronx own. He's 1/3 of the Fatherhoods podcast. And the day I dropped the trailer, January, I think it was 8th, January 8th of 2024, I dropped the trailer and they were the first to reach out and invite me to come on the Fatherhoods pod. So I got a crazy, crazy level of love for the Fatherhoods pod. Manny Digital, welcome to the Rap Dads Year in Review, man. How you living?
Appreciate that, bro. I'm chilling, man. Holidays, getting fat and just chilling, B.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all? Everybody
And
like,
that
yo,
other
word them
voice-
up. I got one more day. And then on the first
And
one,
then
we
you
get it right.
fast?
Yeah, we get it right.
Hell yeah.
And then the other voice you hear, you've probably heard for years and years now, either on wax, on screen, in many different forms. The rapper, the author, the father, the actor, Saigon. Welcome, man. One of my favorite Rap Dad episodes. One of the ones that resonated crazy, almost at 1 million views on IG. That crazy clip where you went viral, like putting it in perspective.
And we talked a lot that day, and a lot of that, because now I'm so glad you did this, because I was one of the early guys to get on the Rap Vans little trip when y'all was doing it in a little trailer joint.
Yes.
I seen a lot of people come after me, and I learned a lot from it. I love
that, man.
I apply a lot of what I learned to my own situations. So what you're doing is you're really doing the people a service. It's bigger than just, something to do. You know what I'm saying? If people take the information, that they could apply it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah, man. And that's what I love about, I feel like there's a brotherhood, there's like a fraternity of fathers that are out there, waving the flag and putting on, of course, Good Dad Gang. We gotta, shout out to Term and Static.
Terminology, man.
Yeah, man.
Static Selector.
Yeah.
Sure.
So yeah, man, I'm excited. Beleaf is should be joining us soon. Hopefully there's no tech difficulties. I'm trying to keep my phone by, but I'm also not trying to be super distracted by it. So hopefully we can get Beleaf locked in. I feel like we are also broadcasting on Sway's Universe right now. So shout out to Sway and the fam for holding it down always.
My brother.
Tonight, man, we want to run through.
Sway is my brother. I love Sway to death.
Always.
Man. It's my guy.
Always,
now, like what I mean when I say it, like, everybody loves Sway, but I love Sway in the like. I wouldn't be here without Sway. Put it like that.
I love that, bro.
Like, a lot of people don't tell. He never goes and broadcasts it. I don't talk too much about it, but Sway was one of the first people. I might have met Sway when I only been home from prison, probably months, not even years, months. And
wow,
he gave me an interview when nobody knew who I was, bro. He was like, he did me a super favor, and it helped a lot. Like, I didn't have no situation. I was just rapping. I just wanted to rap, and he loves guys. He loves to see guys win when it comes to
man.
And he like real rappers. That's what another thing I like about him. He appreciates the art. You know what I'm saying? The art of MCing, the art of MCing.
You know what I mean? Man, for sure. So tonight we're going to go through some of the big moments that happened this year that really had an impact on either fatherhood or hip hop or both. But let's jump into the first topic of the night. I feel like this might have been one of the first big moments of the year as it pertains to fatherhood and things of that nature. It's LeBron and Bronny, with the 55th overall pick in this year's 2024 NBA draft. The LA Lakers selected LeBron James Jr. out of USC. And two things happened. One, history was made.
Yes.
And then the other was that there was a outcrying of, does he deserve it? And is this nepotism? And is he the first NBA influencer, not athlete? And it was just a whole lot of conversation that happened. But what were your reactions when you heard that Bronny was going not only to the NBA but to the Lakers?
Go, Sai.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was ecstatic. First of all, I didn't want to believe it until that moment he stepped on the court. Not that I didn't want to believe it, I didn't believe it. I was like, I believe it when I see it. But if we follow LeBron's career, we know for the past 3-4 years, that's what's been keeping him in the NBA. He said that. He said, I'm close enough to potentially play with my son. And if I get the opportunity to play with my son, I'm going for it. I'm going for it. Not only be the first time ever done, but look how much work he put in. Like, this guy's been entertaining us for 21 years, going hard. Like, nobody could be mad at LeBron. So the fact that we watched Bronny on social media shooting free throws in the backyard. You know what I'm saying? In the backyard where he's like, I'm training this kid. Like, how can you not love this and enjoy this and be happy for him? So anybody who's not, I'm like, damn, what's going on in your life that you mad at something so beautiful? You know
Agreed, man. Agreed.
There's a lot of, there's a lot of envy, right? Like, people look at this situation like, oh, why he deserve it? I've been working hard or whatever. And look, there's tons of players that you could argue are better than Bronny James. But the truth is, and I'm a big proponent of this, right? Like, being able to leverage your influence, your situation to help pull your kids up into doing things that they dream to do. Like, I'm all for it. Now, he's going to have to make his bones, but
Sure.
like, good. He got the opportunity to do that, right?
Give him the opportunity.
Yeah. So, and look, at first I was like, damn, Rich Paul is out here threatening teams and like, don't pick him, yada, yada. And I'm like, taking a step back, I'm like, yeah, that's right. Like,
right.
You got that kind of pull.
Yeah, you got that.
Used it.
They earned it, man. They earned it. They earned that, man.
100%.
They earned it. No, and number two, and think about it. Bronny James jersey. Bronny James sold so many. He grossed $50 million for the organization already.
Crazy.
You show me a guy that's over there that's putting up points besides AD and LeBron, who's making money for the team. Like, and he don't even got to play. And so come on, man. He don't have the right to. Nepotism is a thing, but I think Black people earn the right. That's what we strive for. We want to make it easy for our kids because we had it so hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can call it what you want, but if I can put my son in a situation where he don't have to go through what I go through, of course he's gonna have to go out there and earn it because if you ain't it's only a matter of time that's gonna last unless you produce. But at the same time, if I have the opportunity to where I could get you in and where you don't have to go through the shit I had to go through to get there, I think that's what our job is.
Yeah,
I agree, man.
That's what our job is. Look at Barron Trump. You think Barron Trump gonna have to struggle? You think Barron Trump?
I love that. I love that you said that. And two things. One, I want to intro Beleaf. I'm glad that he's able to pull up fresh off vacation. You can see the sun on his skin.
Yeah, he got the glow.
He glowing. He's definitely glowing. Glowing.
You got that Bruce Leroy glow.
Hey, I appreciate that. It was beautiful, man. Cancun is a great place, but I love this conversation, man. This is a beautiful conversation. I think nepotism is necessary, and it's not so. There's not so much that we get to pass down to our children, right? Like I hang around. Well, I used to hang around a lot of white guys, right? And I was fortunate enough to go into their homes and see relics and like stuff on the walls.
Heirlooms.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff
Yeah.
that they would have for years. And it's like, all I got is the brush my dad gave me. You know what I'm
Word.
saying? That
Yeah.
brush that he used to have. And I'm like, dang, what else could I be? What profession could I be handed down? And I think this is an honor, man. This is a beautiful thing that
Yes,
we get to
man.
witness.
Witness it. Yeah.
We've seen it. We've seen it a couple times. We've seen Ken Griffey Jr. and his dad play together.
Yes.
And I don't know who else, but I mean, we're watching it again with Tiger Woods and his son. So we're watching this thing get passed on. And I think this is one of the greatest things we'll probably ever see, especially in basketball. I don't know if it's ever going to happen again.
Yeah.
Word, no, I love that.
Yeah.
And this is my whole thing. This has been my argument for a while, especially on this topic. I've worked in corporate America long enough to work with a lot of unqualified nepo positions. And I feel like this is par for the course in a lot of other cultures. And I also feel like, and I want to tee this off for you guys, I also feel like in our culture, the term self-made is almost like such a badge of honor that you don't want any help along the way. How do you feel about that? Because I have sons. My sons are also in music. And when they started to make their own music, the last thing they wanted is for me to put them in any position to succeed. They wanted to make it on their own. And when they went out and really started cutting their teeth and making a name for themselves, they got pretty far along. And then they realized, like, there's a lot of favors, there's a lot of relationships, there's a lot of other factors that go into success that aren't always earned on your own. So do you feel like that term self-made is kind of almost a hindrance at times for us?
For me, yes, I do. It's a lie at the end of the day, right? Like, more than, I can't name one person who can actually say that they made it from nothing to wherever they went all by their lonesome. Like, it's not possible, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You need somebody to open the door for you. You need, like Saigon was just saying earlier, like, yo, Sway gave him an opportunity.
I said I wouldn't be here without Sway.
Right? So, like, I don't care how you slice it now, but there is, I think, a way to think about it that does make the word self-made valuable. And it's about putting in the effort, the work, not just sitting on your ass and expecting things to just fall on your lap. Right? Because that's a whole different thing. And so, like, I always think I kind of laugh when people are like, oh, self-made, like, all right, cool, puff your chest out, that's great. But how much better, for me, it's better if it's us made versus just self-made.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because, like, yo, if it's a group of us or somebody, pull me up and I can do it just for somebody else, like that's more profound and it creates a bigger impact.
I've been doing a lot of research on the word narcissism lately because it's like a word that popped out of nowhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm 47 years old and I just started hearing the word narcissist probably the last 5 years of my life, especially the much as I hear it now. And I realized a lot of people are narcissists or what they define a narcissist as, which is probably all of us. It just got to be levels to it. But so when a person say, oh, I'm self-made, I just think they're looking for recognition to say, hey, look at me, I did this. Like my man Manny said, there's not one person in the world, I don't care who it is, you name them and I'll tell you, we probably don't see these people, but somebody helped them get to where they are. I don't care if it's a person who was going to running to the store. Like, you didn't do everything by yourself. You had a team. You can't do this without a team. Like, somebody gets all the accolades. Because you look at championship teams, even them guys on the bottom of the bench get a ring, bro. Even the guy that played 6 minutes, he might have got one rebound that kept us in the game. We'll never know about that. But a lot of us who do put that on ourselves, it's another thing of other people saying, look at him, yo, like he did it on his own, meaning he went out there, he didn't go looking for handouts. When a person starts to say it themselves, yo, I'm self-made, look at me, yo, it's all about me. I think that's where that shit is kind of a hindrance in a way.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think everyone talks about being self-made, but not a lot of people talk about the trail of bodies behind the work.
Facts.
Right? There's a group of people that you had to hurt in order to make it on your own.
Facts.
There's a group of people that had to pay for your immaturity. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying? And so
Yep.
when you're really self-made, there's a lot of mental like strength you had to get through and like denial. And there is something to be like proud of, but there's also a level of pride that's hard to humble, right?
Facts.
So when you're truly self-made, you look at people that are almost like it's like almost they're almost insane a little bit. You know what I mean? So I love that, but I'm also thinking of the people that were us made, like Serena and Venus,
Mm.
right? Like Michael Jackson, like Tiger Woods, like these people, not and I know they all have struggles as well, but you look at people who are, nah, my dad gave me this, he taught me, he showed me how to have the mindset to move forward. They're more giving and more able to see that this is a group thing, right? And it's easier to work with other people. When you're self-made, it's real hard to work with other people, man. So and you're willing to like stab people in the back to get over. You know what I mean?
That's
So
some true
it's a lot
shit.
to be said there.
Mm. I-
Word. And
That's true, man.
I feel like you to kind of put a bow on this. I feel like Saigon, you said it really early in this section that LeBron, for maybe the last 5 years, whenever he's been asked about retirement and when are you going to retire, are you thinking about retiring, his answer and response has always been, I'll retire once I'm on the court with my son at the same time.
Facts.
And, we also know sometimes our parents may have visions and ideas and goals for us that aren't maybe necessarily ours. I know a lot of homies that I grew up with who got to go to college. A lot of them went to college for stuff that their parents wanted them to major in and not necessarily was things that they wanted to pursue. And what if Bronny, his passion or his goal in the NBA is to make his father's dream come true, which is them playing alongside each other? What if, his goal, wasn't actually NBA aspirations and he could go on to be, something else, but he had the opportunity. It was laid out for him to make his dad's dream come true, to make history and, to do something and give back to the man who made it happen. Like, no one ever, I've not heard, kind of take it from that angle or perspective. Everyone is just kind of attacking him for, for taking the opportunity.
But
that's why.
it seems to me he got a passion for the game. Like I'm a sports fanatic. I don't think he'd be in the G League right now trying to get better if it wasn't his dream. You know what I'm saying? If he didn't want to make his dad, like, he wants to play the game. Like, he has a passion for the game. I don't think he'd be still, because he could do whatever he wants. Like, they got the kind of money. Yeah, they got the kind of money where he could do whatever. It's not a situation where he needs this. It's a situation where he wants it. You know what I'm saying?
And he was on his deathbed, like the kid.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very easily.
That part.
Very easily could have just hung it all up.
He could have said, "Look, see what you did." He could have been like, "See what you did." Like, nah. He going harder now, and right. I want him to win. And anybody who don't want him to win or don't want that black family to win in the world we live in, you got to check yourself. Some people got to do some soul searching and say, what's wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? If I can get on a comment and sometimes I read my comment and I'd be like, what would make somebody say something? Like, I can never just say, let me think of the worst negative thing I could say for this situation. I look at Blue Ivy, right? She just performed with Beyonce. I've seen so many of these young black women. Oh, she can't dance. Oh, this is like shooting her down. I'm
crazy.
Like, she's 12 years old. Like, first of all, look at this black family putting on for us.
Talk about
showing us what a black family could be. Like, we could reach. This guy's from Marcy Project. They from Houston. Her father gave up everything to follow. He invested in his kid's dream and said, "Look, I'm willing to give it all. I'm betting a ranch on my daughter."
Yep.
That's the kind of mindset we got to adapt. And I'm reading these comments. The comments just show me the mindset of the people, of the populace, and that's scary because it's so much negativity. It's way much more negativity than positivity coming from us. Sometimes I just go look at the person and be like, oh, that little girl, and it's so, I'm like, damn, we got a long way to go, bro. Like we came so far to realize we ain't get nowhere. It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Tracking in quicksand.
Yeah, it's crazy, brother. And them comments, they expose a lot. And I'm like, why is the first thing for you to take the time out of your life to say, I'm gonna comment? Why would it be something negative?
Right.
Instead of you taking that time to do something to help your own life anyway, you say, nah, I'm gonna take the time, I'm gonna think about this, I'm gonna compute it, I'm gonna sit here, type, and proofread it, then press send. You know? Then press send, and it's some negative shit. It's a lot of effort. What's going on in your life, bro?
Yeah.
My goodness, man. Agreed. Beleaf, what's on your mind?
I don't know. I hope that, right, he's passionate, right? I hope that's true. And I'm like, even if he's not, he'll find it. You know what I mean? Like, he will find it. And I think that's a part of the issue, is that we're expecting Bronny's destination to be his father's, right? When Bronny, he just has an amazing head start. You know what I'm saying? I remember a few years ago, they were hating on Curry real bad. And they were like, he grew up in this, like, beautiful home, and he's a rich kid, and his father kind of gave him, everything he needed or whatever. And they were like, but LeBron, he didn't have a father. And they were like, kind of like making it seem like LeBron was this much better person because he had to struggle. You know what I'm saying? And then people were like, yo, Bronny's going to have the same life Steph had. You know what I'm saying? So I like, even though like I'm hoping he's passionate toward it, I'm also like, I don't even care. Like, I don't care. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact that he can play at that level, great. I think Bryce, is it Bryson? I think he's
Bryce.
I think he's gonna be the one for sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I'm like, yo, the fact that he can start here and then move on with his life and discover other things, it's just a whole family full of like money that they're putting into a pile, right?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I'm gonna be honest, I come, and I ain't trying to get all deep, but when you come from a family that kind of hates on you sometimes, like, just to have some people rooting for you is enough. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you talking about the comments, Saigon, like, I think about your family be like, yeah, I seen you doing your little YouTube thing. Like, they like a little bit of hate on it.
Bro,
you know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
man. I went through that for years, brother.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I went through that for years.
And it be like that.
My family see me on Love and Hip Hop and thought I was rich. I was like, yo, are y'all fucking kidding? Pardon my language. I'm like, they was like, we seen you last night on Love It. I was like, look, pay my rent.
For
this
real.
Shit don't even pay my rent. Listen,
For real,
we
bro.
put this in perspective for you, but you're
Exactly
absolutely right. That's the plan. The plan is to be able to do that for our children.
Yeah,
that's
right.
the whole plan.
Yeah, it's almost like we gotta let everybody get the negativity out so that we can just keep proving them wrong.
You know who looks like a genius right now? You know who looks smarter than Einstein? LeVar
Who's
Ball,
that?
man. LeVar Ball.
LeVar
Ball said, look, I'm gonna show y'all how to change the whole game. He sent his son, LaMelo's the illest guard in the league right now. I'll put my Melo bust anybody ass. That kid is good.
And fun to watch.
And he's only gonna get better because he loves the game.
Yo, he on his Magic Johnson though. This dude's like
on his Magic
6'8".
the next level,
bro. What are you doing,
bro? Busting, crazy with it. And he said that was gonna happen. He said all of these kids is going to the league, and this is what's gonna happen. And we sat there and threw rocks at him. I seen Stephen A. Scott. You're a fucking idiot. What's his name? Yeah, Stephen A. Smith. I said, oh man, I mixed.
You was thinking Stuart Scott.
I mixed them together. I said, Stephen A. This is
rest in peace, Stuart Scott.
Yeah, right. He was the one. He was the one. Stuart Scott. I like Stuart Scott.
Yeah.
But I seen because he would have never did that. You know what I'm saying? I seen them. I seen all kind of dudes bashing LeVar like, this guy's an idiot. He's delusional. He's this. He's that. He's that. Now look, he got two. One of them. Maybe the third one wasn't good enough, so he knew all along. So he did some dumb shit. He got two sons in the NBA, and even the first one, like
Lonzo.
I forgot his name. Lonzo could still Lonzo was getting busy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm,
When he's healthy, he get busy. He just get hurt. So this guy told us the whole time. He said, "Yo, look. Oh, look at them big baller brand bullshit sneakers. He got these bullshit brand." But he said, "No, even if it don't work, I'm trying to show you we can do this ourselves. We don't gotta go sign with Nike. We could do our own brand. We are the talent. We are this." And we threw rocks at him, and we threw, "Yo, get out of here. You fucking."
You know what else? On that note, when LeVar was talking about having athletes, young athletes, skip college and go get paid to
overseas.
play basketball professionally.
Overseas.
Now we have Overtime Sports here out of Atlanta that are paying high school athletes to play professional.
Nilly. Mm-hmm. He brought the nil in there. You had to go nil after that, kind of, because he was like, man, here's a cheat code. He showed him the cheat code. You can still go to the NBA, go play overseas, get paid.
He's brilliant.
He's brilliant.
Well, I mean, I feel like it speaks to a father's confidence, man. Like, I'm learning. Like, I'm like, dang, like, am I that confident in my child to do anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not. So I'm like, what do I have to do? Because he was willing to look like a fool for his family. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And that right there, that speaks volumes. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us, we got so many internal issues, we won't even, make ourselves look foolish. Like we won't even dance with our children, or it's like be silly. Like we trying to be so tough. I'm like, dang man, this dude he's on something else. So I would love to sit and I would love to hear him talk about his fatherhood philosophy for sure. Because I feel like we all can learn from that.
I agree.
Yo, something one of the viewers just said struck a chord because he Big Bear, I think is the guy's name. Shout out to you. He just said, like, thinking about like the role that LeBron plays, right? So like he is the face of the NBA. I'd argue still, right? His career is, I mean, you can't shake a stick at. Like the kid's got numbers all day long. But he's also been holding himself to the highest standard, not getting in trouble, not doing dumb shit off the court.
Never.
Really leading by example.
Still with his high school sweetheart.
Right.
Still with his
baby mamas, no side chicks, no man. Still with his he got baby. Savannah gets to go see her husband and her son play.
Come on.
What kind of come on, man. That's changing the game.
But the levels though, right? Because like, yo, you all right, you get to the league, cool. There's so much pressure. Now you are the man in the league. More pressure. Now you talking about I want to have my kid play with me. Another level of pressure. It's easy to crack, and my man is still strong throughout all of this. And look, I'm not like a LeBron stan. Like I there's some things about his game that I'm just like, I wish he wasn't flopping all the time or whatever. But it's inarguable. The guy is a phenomenal basketball player.
100%.
100%.
So taking all that into account, bro, you got to tip your hat to the man.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, man. He deserves everything. He deserves, because like you said, that in itself, just the standard he set to carrying himself as a black man in that position. We seen the biggest. They even trying to mess with the big homie at this point. Yeah. Because they saying you got some big folk. You know what I'm saying? Not to say I doubt there's any legitimacy to it, but still, like, to the point where this guy's squeaky clean, bro.
Right.
And that's not hard to be. It's look at the position. He's LeBron James.
You know they throwing it at him.
Even with Mike. Mike had the gambling shit. Mike even had a scandal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This guy is squeaky clean. Like, you know what I'm saying? They were like, Mike, you're gambling a little bit too much. You know what I'm saying?
One of my favorite add-ons to the game is the cameras catching the thirst traps who are sitting courtside, like, at all the games. LeBron,
he got tunnel vision. LeBron be like, LeBron got tunnel vision. Like, he be like, nope, I don't see that shit. I don't see nothing. Shout out to LeBron, bro.
For real, man. Word. And also shout out to LeBron. Our producer Clyde just hit me and said today, LeBron turns 40 years old. So happy birthday to LeBron, man.
Happy birthday, man.
Remember when we was watching Kareem at 40? We was like, damn.
not the same thing, dude.
Yeah, we was like, yo, that hook shit ain't working no more. We like, yo, Kareem, we love you, but go the fuck, sit the fuck down.
Good
This nigga
grief.
right here is averaging damn near 30 points a game. Like, it's freak of nature shit.
It's crazy.
Word.
If LeBron had the passion, he could play 5 more years easy. Easy. 5 more
And still
joints.
be
And he's
put-
40.
come on.
He'll
And
be,
still be showing
and
off.
still be like, he might come off the bench at 46. Like, coming off the bench, LeBron,
Right.
And boss ass.
28th year in the league.
Yeah.
Oh,
Facts.
this some
I
freak
want
of
to
nature shit. It's some
I want to
freak.
see it.
We've never seen no shit like this. And
Nah.
like Mike might have been a better winner, but he wasn't a better player, bro. Like this motherfucker. This look at the level he plays at 28. Mike on the Wizards, we was like, we love you, Mike.
What up,
Every
dude?
now and then, Mike.
Yeah.
True.
Mike is so out. We was like, Mike, you know what I mean? We don't
wanna
go out. We
erase
don't want
that.
to see you go out like this.
Yeah.
And that's 15 years in. This guy played an extra 5. LeBron is gonna give you 30 whenever he wants right now.
Yo, LeBron could mess around and play more years in the league in his life than he played out of the league.
He already
Like,
did that.
True.
He already
Has
did
he
that.
already
Because he started
passed?
at 18.
He came in 17. Yeah, he already
17.
did that already. He
Wow.
did that about 4 years already.
What? I'm
Yeah,
dumb.
nigga, it's
I'm
the
dumb with
league,
it.
bro. That's freak of nature shit.
Crazy.
Word, man.
You know what's crazy about the world though? Nobody's rocking LeBrons like Mike's though. The sneakers is not resonating.
They're not. They're
So
not.
what is that? Like
But
what,
I feel like for me as a
that's crazy,
sneaker
right?
fan,
Mike sneakers still little kids want that. That fucking them Jordans is something about them shit.
I feel like the LeBron
For real.
the LeBron shoe is more for hooping in than it is for fashion. Like
Yeah.
Jordan came in an era where the technology wasn't so crazy that you were actually trying to have a technologically advanced shoe. You were looking for something dope to perform in.
We wasn't wearing that for fashion when they came out. That shit came
What do you mean?
later.
That's all you wore.
I mean, later it was just so popular. I guess it was something new because
Bro,
Magic had a
people
sneaker.
wear Jordans
Magic
to
had
the
a sneaker.
prom,
Everybody had a
play
sneaker. I remember Pony. Who had the ponies? I'm old, bro. Everybody had a sneaker back then. Only Mike shit was like to where it was like this is something else. You got to understand, Mike revolutionized the ball head. Without Michael Jordan, that whole ball head shit is not sex symbol type shit. Like he kind of revolutionized
Wow.
the world.
Yo, Wise Manny is glowing right now. By the
Not
way,
that
Manny
ass, Mike. No, that ball head wasn't cool before. I don't know.
Wait, are you saying that we don't get Onyx without Michael Jordan? Is that
No,
what
my
you're
man
telling me right now?
Fredro said that. Fredro said he made Fredro said they convinced Mike to go ball. Onyx.
Yeah. You'll say do the science.
I'm done. That's hysterical.
Do the science.
Fredro was on hard white that night. That nigga took
absolutely.
a blast. He took a blast before he went on that shit.
I think what's interesting about that though, you talk about the shoe is like, I think we are in a different era of celebrity, right? So celebrity when we were younger, it was like everything. Like Michael Jackson there was nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Like people literally died. They saw him, they died. You know what I'm saying? Like we wanted to be Michael Jordan. I don't think nobody wants to be LeBron. We're just like, oh, I'd like to be LeBron and whatever my thing is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
You're
we
right.
literally wanted to identify as Jordan. It was always Jordan.
Yeah. Be like Mike.
Exactly. So
like
I think that's still is like residual, you know what I'm saying, from like our childhood. But I think we got too many options of players. Like right now, there's so many great players that we look up to, and it has been since Michael Jordan. Before Mike, I don't know if there was anybody, and I'm you know what I'm saying, I'm 39, right? So I don't know, Magic Johnson fandom. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not my era. So, but Michael Jordan was the one, you know what I'm saying? He was so crazy about winning, like everybody wants to win. LeBron isn't crazy about winning, right? He's crazy about longevity. He's crazy about family. He's crazy about his community, his friends, like his network, like he making sure everybody's good. Like Jordan don't give a. He's selfish.
No,
I don't
selfish.
care. He don't care nothing about none of that.
Yeah.
Think
You know what
about
I'm
that
saying?
though, real quick. Stay right there. LeBron has 3 teams winning at the same time. He's got his family, he's got home team winning, he's got whatever NBA team he's on having a chance to win, and then he got his homies. His crew is like winning, bro. When you said Rich Paul, you got Maverick, you got like these dudes are at the top of their
the game,
respective expertise in fields. Also, like,
for sure.
yeah, bro. LeBron is playing a different game, bro.
Yes, man.
Good grief, man.
Yes, man.
That's a good point.
Yeah, man.
But it's so crazy, them sneakers, man, for Mike. Mike got 2 billion, man. Like, and it's them kicks, bro.
Word.
That
Yo,
logo,
you live
man.
long enough to be old enough where people don't know Michael Jordan as an athlete. They only know him.
Yeah, my daughter, she
designer.
wants Jordan. I'll be like, do you know why? She's like, it's Jordan. I'm like, wow.
It's Jordan.
Yeah, she don't know. She never said, you don't understand nothing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's leaving some shit behind, bro. Where she know that Jumpman logo.
That's a fact.
She know that shit.
Word.
Yeah,
All right, we're gonna switch up to our next topic. I'm excited to get into this one, man. This is Kendrick versus Drake. By far, this is the biggest musical moment of 2024. It wasn't Taylor Swift and it wasn't Wicked. It was Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. It was by far the historic blow for blow exchange between the two of them. The beef was polarizing, just to say the least. But the thing that kind of stuck out for me the most was how fatherhood was at the core of like the heaviest hitting punchlines. Like, are those your real kids? Or, why you hiding a secret daughter? Should your parenting style be allowed or fair game in a rap battle? How do you feel about that?
Meet the Grams, bro. I'm sorry your father wasn't responsive. I'm sorry, yo. I felt that. I felt like he was talking to me. I was like, what the fuck? Yo, that was to me, it's not that like us. That just was like the nail in the coffin. It was that meet the Gram shit. I was like, how the fuck do you respond to this?
My goodness, man.
That part, I was like, Jesus God, who let this shit out the studio? Who let this fly?
Yeah.
That was nasty work, bro.
I mean, as a fan of hip hop, bro, this is like one of the greatest battles of all time. You know what I'm saying? Because
by far.
we got so much content so fast and nobody died. You know what I'm saying?
It didn't even get to that. Like, you had the little trolls and talking about, yo, you can't come here. But it didn't even go nowhere. It was
that's a part of it. Like,
you didn't even
that's even a part of it. It's like fake scary.
I don't feel either of them felt threatened at all. Like, when we bump heads, it's gonna be some smoke. Like, I don't think either of them give off that kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? Even though they got people around, you got Jay Prince and them guys and all that. They could, but still, I don't think they would look at Kendrick like, oh, when we see him, we gonna shoot at him and shit like that. Like, I never got that energy. I got it with Pac and Big. I got it with a lot of even with certain battles that was smaller. I was like, damn, this is gonna spill in the street. It's going too many street people around. I never felt that with this. I felt like, oh, these guys are gonna give us what hip hop fans really want, and they're gonna keep it in the studio. And boy, I'm glad they did, because that shit was it was great. I was on the edge of my seat. Kendrick dropped again. Drake's back. Yo, it's like, no. Yo,
it was perfect. It was executed perfectly. And I do think it's fair game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you got your kid out here, you know what I'm saying? Or first of all, Drake set it off. You know what I'm saying? It's something about that, man. I think Pusha T really kind of like was pulling on a little string when he talked about, like, you have no respect for family. Like, your dad left, you were 5. You don't even know what it's like to be walked to the bus stop. Like, that type of psychological warfare, like, shows that he doesn't respect, like, how family, how, like, relationships. Even the fact that, like, he steps out and tries to sleep with his homies' girlfriends, and he slept with Wayne girl. Like, he don't have no scruples. So when you dealing with somebody, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm like, I like Drake, like, straight up, like, I'm a Drake fan. Of course, I'm heavy on the Kendrick side because I'm on the West Coast. I learned how to rap over here, but I understand that I appreciate people like Drake. However, when you start to take apart his psyche and realize that he doesn't respect fundamental things that are essential to life, right? Like, he is like that Jordan mindset. Like, it's about me. It's not about nobody else. I'm going to do what I have to do, and I'm the one. I do feel like he got caught up in his own character. I know he's playing a role. He's a great actor. But his fatherhood is for sale. You know what I'm saying? Fatherhood is for sale for him. And the reason why we know that is because when we look at Pusha T, and he was like, yeah, man, like, you can't, like, what he say? He said something like an Adidas, you trying to drop a baby in a shoe or something like that with Adidas. You know what I'm saying? So when he pulled that apart, like, I understand that. Like people try to, like, make the most out of the baby's birth, right? So you can get sympathy or toys or whatever it is. Like, I'm a father now, I can rebrand myself. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the one thing I would say as a fatherhood example, the biggest and most important, like, story I've seen was J. Cole's perspective, because he protected his peace and he taught his children how to do that. Essentially, like, you don't always have to get into the middle of the scrap. You can always just walk away. You know what I'm saying? So I always look at it like, oh, who won the battle? But also think, like, who's the better father here? Like, who's the best father in this situation? And J. Cole won that for me.
That's
a
that's
brilliant
interesting,
take.
because I talked to, like, a bunch of my friends. We got, these chats as all those missiles were being fired. Like, everybody's obviously going nuts. Yo, I can't believe this shit. Whatever. And the rapid pace in which music was being released in that period was, like, insane. So hard to keep up and study and, like, understand and then kind of put the pieces together. But when J. Cole bowed out, right? A lot of people. I mean, I love J. Cole. For me, he didn't lose any points, but there's a lot of people that thought he needed to stay in and pick a side. But I never looked at it from the angle you just said, Beleaf. Like, he saved his mental space and his peace.
Hell yeah, man.
But then the example that he set for his kids, that's like that's the mega
Put it like
bar.
this. Put it like this. I guarantee you, Drake wishes he would have did what J. Cole did right now.
Do you know?
Look how much it hurt. Hell yeah. Look how much it hurt him, bro. Like,
he's broke, bro. He's broken in pieces.
He's broke. This shit fucked him up so bad. I don't know if we can cuss on this shit.
You can. Absolutely. Go.
But yeah, this shit rocked his world, my nigga. What are you talking about? If he can go back and be like, fuck your little diss rap. He been, Kendrick been shooting at these niggas since the Control shit. Like, he been trying to lure a nigga in. Control, J. Cole, J. Electronica, I'll get all you niggas. Fuck all you niggas. Like, when it's time for him to come out, he baits niggas. So, he baited him with a fucking song that wasn't even him. Fuck that Big 3, nigga. You should have let that shit rock, bro. You should have let that shit rock. You begged for this ass whooping, bro.
Yeah, and now he can't even put out a regular record, bro.
Yeah, you can't. That nigga, look. I'm gonna tell you the genius of from an MC standpoint, because I'm an MC, right? What he did, this is why this is better than Ether, better than No Vaseline, better than any diss record ever. He cut off so many angles for Drake to come back out. He can't use them accents no more. He can't do the Jamaican. He can't fuck with Atlanta no more. Club make you think you're slime in your head. So when you go back and do that again, niggas is gonna be like, oh, look at Drake trying to use Atlanta again. He cut off so you can't use I like Drake, but I don't like him as a tough guy. Ain't no more motherfucker never loved us. You can't do that no more. Like, this nigga cut off so many angles for you to come back. Your shit is like this now. Like, you have such a small margin for error. Like, your margin for error is so small now. Because there's certain things we just not gonna accept anymore. You calling you a colonizer, you a fucking colonizer. He put your ass like, oh, that was
it was like watching Javante Davis cut off the ring. Like, it was like watching Javante Davis and take the jab away, neutralize the left hook, take everything out, cut off the ring.
When he starts bombing, it's only like one of these shits is gonna land. Yep.
Yes.
Devontae waits and goes, all right, now time to bomb him.
Yes.
Bomb time.
And while you swinging, he's not even bothered by none of it.
He care because he's gonna catch you with one shot.
Exactly.
Put you out. And that was not like us. He hit him with that one shot. Now, and they saying he's trying to stop him from doing it to suit. Imagine the whole Super Bowl saying, "Hey, Minor, he don't want that. That shit is directed towards you." He's human. This guy's a human being. This is a lot. That's a lot to hit. The guy's calling you a pedophile.
Yeah.
Calling you a pedophile the whole song. He's saying you like a little, keep your little sister from him. If you like this nigga, don't introduce him to your little sister. Like, man, yo, that shit is nasty, nasty, nasty. And the record gets that big, a record saying that that's why he, and then you file a lawsuit, like, and then saying, yo, this defamation, all kind of 2 lawsuits. Bro, this is the worst ass whooping in hip hop history by far. Kumo D would have never sued LL. Like,
this
is over the stars. Zaroon, them niggas said we taking it to the streets. No, we not suing. We gonna try to stab this nigga. Them niggas did not say we're suing this motherfucker. This ass whooping hurts. That shit hurts, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that's it. I don't care who you are.
Yo,
that
so hold on.
Hurts.
So going after your family, you both think Beleaf. I'm talking to you, Beleaf in Saigon. Y'all think that's cool?
Like, I don't think it's cool. I don't think it's cool.
As like rapping.
I was in a situation. I'm gonna tell you a situation I was in. Me and Joe Budden had a rap battle.
Right.
Me and Joe Budden did a rap battle. And I was saying he used to put his son on YouTube. His son was 9-10 years old. His name is Trey. Shout out to Trey, because I like him. That's my man now.
Trey, my frat brother.
Trey
pledged my frat. Yeah,
that's my man now. I love him.
Yeah, groove.
Shout out, salute. But when he was young, me and his father was battling, going back and forth on records, and you know, I said, damn, I need an angle. Like, he was a little kid, but I was like, fuck it, this is battling. He said something about my baby mother. He didn't even talk about my kid, but I'm like, and I'm gonna say the line he said, because I said something about Tahiri. That's not your, y'all ain't got no kids. I said some shit about Tahiri. He said, you speak Tahiri, I'm gonna speak Austin, the one that'll suck your dick if you flossing. Games, old bitch, that everybody was tossing, the one that you literally begged for that abortion. When he said that, I was like, what the fuck did he just say? Now, me and my baby moms don't even get along at this time. We not even cool. And I'm like, oh no, he went too far. He didn't say nothing about my daughter. He just said I was begging my baby mom for abortion and all that shit. And she was he kind of shitted on her. I was like, oh no. He went too far. You bought family. So what I did was I went on his little Joe Budden TV shit. I seen his son. His son one day was standing like a little, he was a little kid. He was just standing, and it was kind of in a feminine way. So I was like, this nigga got a gay son. So all my bars I was like, Joey, you better buy him a basketball if we find a little nigga sucking dick in the bathroom stall. Like, I was going in saying, this nigga's you got a gay son, got a gay brr. So fast forward, the battle goes, we going too far. Just Blaze comes in like, y'all niggas going too far. Me and Joe Budden squash it, whatever. I look at a podcast recently, last year, and the guy asked him, what made you start rapping? And he goes, oh, my dad had a beef with some rapper, and the rapper was calling me a faggot, and I seen it on the internet. I started crying. I went to my dad and was like, yo, he's calling me gay. And he was like, yo, this rap battle, don't take it personal. And he was like, my whole life since I'm 11, 12 years old, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna write raps and I'm gonna beat Saigon. And I'm like, damn, the impact is these kids see this shit.
Yeah,
these kids see. That's why when that shit happened with Jay's response said, my kids see this shit, bro. My daughter and them look at the internet. So when you saying I raped a little fucking girl, my daughter's 12, I'm coming after you now. You see what I'm saying? Because so the impact that shit has on family, that shit is. That's serious. Why I wouldn't engage in that ever again. I would never, ever do that again. I was like, that shit is too much. Yeah. The fact that this kid impacted this little 10, 11-year-old child, the last thing I'm going to think is he's going to ever see this.
Right.
When I'm writing it and I'm putting it out there.
Yeah.
And the fact that he did see it and he goes, you can go look it up right now where he goes, fuck that. I'm writing. I'm gonna get at this nigga. But and then me and him spoke about it and we became mad cool. And I apologized. I was like, man, I'm the same. Your father was right. We was just trying to hurt each other. You know what I'm saying? We both were saying things. That's what battle rap is. But we have to, as Black people, have some kind of boundaries. We do have to have boundaries, I think. We do have to have boundaries because that's what's going on with drill music. Oh, we smoking on. If my brother dies, somebody I love, and the first thing you do is jump on the internet and say, yeah, we smoking on little Brian. We smoking on. I'm gonna want to go out and do something to somebody you love, or I want you to feel the pain I'm feeling. And that's what's happening in drill music, because these kids don't have fathers. Because imagine a lot of these kids who's growing up even in whole gang culture, a lot of that's fatherless kids. But the fact is that the fact that you hurt somebody and made them feel pain, they're gonna want to make you feel pain back. So if you're saying, yeah, we smoking on a little Tuka, or smoking on a little Bibby, or smoking on these kids, somebody loves these people.
And I think from like the West Coast perspective, right? Because I'm from Baltimore, but I started rapping when I was like 19, moved out here. You know what I'm saying? Started rapping when I came out here. The West Coast, we don't like it's just words. Like we literally are trying to like beat you on the rhyme. Like every time. We just trying to out rap you every single time. It's not feelings. You know what I'm saying? But when Kendrick said, yo, this is a friendly fade, we could keep it that way. You should keep it that way. Like it seemed like that. Like it seemed like this was just a battle of thought and like words. And like we don't have to take it there. But once you do, it's nothing I could do. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't tell me what to do after you step on my, you know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. So I don't think that is right for us to bring family in it, but once you do, it's fair game. You know what I'm saying? Like it's I want everything with you. I want all the smoke. Now, somebody like me who's I can take it to pride. That's why I don't rhyme as much, because I'm super prideful, right? And it's hard to control. You know what I'm saying? So I recognize that almost insatiable appetite to hurt someone on a record or make them feel like, dang, why am I even rapping? You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that feeling.
Question it, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but for Drake, man, I do feel like he doesn't respect family. He doesn't respect, it's pride. It's all pride. We bigger than the Super Bowl. Like that started everything.
Boundaries.
Now the Super Bowl want to fade with you.
You remember
how you bigger than us?
You remember when Jay dropped Super Ugly?
Yes.
Remember that? And he called and apologized because he said, I left condoms on your bed. He said his mother called him and said, yo, bro, you going too far. I don't give a fuck. Know what I'm saying? And he called and apologized, and everybody's like, oh, that's some sucker. You don't do that. Nah, there's boundaries, bro. There's levels we go. Boundaries. Okay, yeah, you have to have boundaries, bro. You have to have boundaries.
I don't know. I don't know.
Wait. On that note, though, also, I love that you brought that up, because I forget what record it was that Drake started out of the gate where his mom was like, I don't like you saying this word, and then he just went right off. It's like like Jay-Z's respect
family matter.
His mom said.
That's why Kendrick killed him. He said that's why he said the family matter. I'm gonna show you. Even when he said these are good people you talking about. He said you talking about good people, bro. Like my uncle and them, whatever happened with my uncle and my father and all that. These are good dudes, bro. Like why you bringing them into our shit? So now I'm gonna spank you, and that's why he got spanked, bro. Like he wished he wouldn't have did it.
Yeah,
as much
you're right.
You're right. He wish he wouldn't have did that shit. If Drake could do it all again, the motherfucker be like, look, I'm gonna give you. Nah, I'm going the J. Cole route. I'm J. Cole in it.
Yeah, man.
You the J. Cole. You the J. Cole it, bro. This shit cost them millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars, bro. A lot of money, his shit cost him a lot. He's always gonna be rich. It ain't even about money to him at this point. But it's to the point now he's like, I can't walk around my chest out. I'm not that nigga. I'm not.
Yeah, he'll never be the same.
I'm not the boy. He'll never be the same, bro. Kendrick's the boy now. I'm not the boy no more. Yeah, he'll never be the same. You're right. It tarnished him a lot. And he begged. Remember them days he was like, where you at, Kendrick? Where you at? You ain't drop, hurry up and drop. Yo, you begged for that. He was like, hurry up and drop. Where the fuck you at?
Yeah.
What's wrong? Yeah. It's been 3 days, nigga. Where you at? That shit was the worst decision he ever made in his life.
Yo, I gotta circle back on something that Beleaf said about West Coast hip hop. And I heard this also echoed about down south, where their MCs would be like, yo, y'all niggas up top or on the East Coast, y'all are the words rapidy rappiness, like y'all try so hard to like, put these things in, and they were laughing at New York hip hop for how lyrical they attempt to be. But Beleaf said like the West Coast kind of philosophy is like, we just trying to out rap y'all, and it's not about emotion. like I would say of the top 5 diss records, 3 of them are from West Coast rappers who like was some of the no Vaseline, like, you know, hit them up, like, and then obviously Not Like Us. Like, those are some of the most hurtful words I've ever heard rappers speak, bro.
Yeah, they went hard.
Yeah.
Good grief.
I ain't gonna lie, Dre Day to me is another one, man. Because remember Tim Dog was out here? Fuck Compton. That nigga Snoop said, Tim M.U.T. Your bike was loud, but your mark wasn't vicious. In the rounds you was kicking was quite booty. You get with Doggy Dog. Oh, is he crazy? Yo, Snoop was here. Them shits was all diss records, bro. Them shits was all. And Dre Day was a fucking. I love that record. That's a crazy record. Mr.
But I feel like that's another great point.
Sleep on that shit.
West Coast rappers make diss records that you dance to. Like they dance on your grave when joint, like
they produce them shit. Yeah,
good grief.
Yeah, they produce them.
That's
yeah. Even when Quick and MC8 was battling each other. The quick shit was hot in the city. I forgot. Yeah, that shit, he was killing MC8 with that shit. I was like, that shit make you want to dance, bro. You dance to a nigga, like you say, you dance at a nigga funeral. That's like
goodness.
Insult to injury.
That's different, bro.
Yeah, I'm trying to think because I feel like when I watch battle rap, it's no beat.
Nah, it's no beat.
You know what I'm saying? But if you go to like Project Blowed or something like that, like back in the day, like they was rhyming over records. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's the battle culture on the West Coast is so interesting because even when I was with the Dream Junkies as a crew I had, we was all trying to out rap each other and be like, damn, I caught the fade on this one, or like you got me. You know what I'm saying? Like inside of the group. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I remember reading I think what was the Wu-Tang Clan book? I forget what it's called. But I remember reading it, and RZA had to keep telling you got to rewrite his verse. You know what I'm saying? And that's really disrespectful if somebody telling you to rewrite your verse. That's like, hey man, you ain't wipe your butt good enough. We can all smell it. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to you got to go get on
you need another mint. You need another mint. Like
exactly. You know what I'm saying? So you do it right the first time, so we don't got to tell you to rewrite your verse. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely, and I remember collaborating with some cats from the from the South, and they were like, yo, why you rapping so hard? I'm like, why aren't you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you making it so easy for me? You know what I mean? So I totally get it, but man, I think you're right, man. Like if Drake could turn back the hands of time, he would move differently. You know what I'm saying? He probably would have been a lot smarter.
He didn't see this one coming.
But Kendrick plays like he's just playing. Like he's, you know, like you ever. I don't know if you guys have ever been banged on the West Coast. Like you don't know if somebody's greeting you. You don't know if somebody's greeting you.
You don't know if they serious or not. Yeah, I have.
Yeah, like where you from? Like, oh man,
where you from? Cuz yeah. You don't know if they serious. You're right.
You don't know if you're in danger or not. You know what I'm saying?
I lived in Westwood. Because I used to creep over to Paramount and Compton and shit when I shouldn't have been. And niggas, we from cuz. And you thinking I'm from New York, and that shit got me at a lot of shit. I would have said, hey, like, oh, he don't even know what the fuck I'm talking.
Word.
Yeah.
I had I'm from New York. I had a homie who moved from New York City to Compton, and I want to say 8th grade. His first day in school, everybody's like, where you from? Where you from? And he's like, oh, I'm from East Coast. But East Coast is a rival hood in the place where he stayed. After school, he got bombed on and didn't understand why. They just thought they didn't like dudes from the East Coast. And he's like, no, East Coast is a rival gang. Like,
nah, son.
That's crazy.
So it's funny. I was in Chicago with my homie, and he was like, I had a New York hat on. He was like, you can't wear the brim that way. I was like, what? Yeah, he was like, your shit is tilted the wrong way. You do niggas will shoot you for that. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Wow.
Yeah. I said, I'm taking not only am I gonna I'm taking it off, brother. I was like, I'm not because I'll fuck around subliminally. I'm used to wearing my hat like this. I'm taking this shit off. I'm like, you serious? He's like, yeah, you can't tilt your hat that way. I was like, nah, this is it went in wrong,
Word.
Yeah, man. But fatherhood is. I'm glad to see a lot of men in hip hop and in sports and just the black people in general, like putting the light on, especially what you brothers do, man, with the podcast, the Rap Dads, and like shout to EFN too, man. My brother Danny, yo, what y'all doing? Even on Good Dad Gang, I love that because I always I got a song called Fatherhood. I always, even in my music,
ton of fatherhood music.
Song. Yeah, y'all got a show on Tubi called Baby Daddy Duty, and the concept of the show is my kids are teenagers now, and been videotaping them since they were like 1, and I'm watching them as they're seeing themselves as babies. And they're freaking out. It's some embarrassing moments for them. Like one time my son shitted on his socks. I was like, yo, remember you shit on your socks when you was 2 years old? He's looking like, yo, bro, really, son? Really? Yo. So it's a whole, it's fun, it's lighthearted, but it's showing it. And I did that for 2 reasons, because I was only taping it because I'm never, ever gonna have your mother, let's say things go wrong and then your mother come take you somewhere. You'll never come to me and be like, oh, you wasn't there. I'm documenting. I got receipts. I got court papers. I got everything because I fought hard as I could. I might have had y'all because I got children by 3 women that live in that rap lifestyle. That the same shit that these NBA guys get caught up in. These guys, we start sleeping with these women and you don't know these women and you put your seed in them. You stuck, brother. You stuck. Not just financially. If you got a heart like me, you're gonna want to know what's up with that kid. You're gonna love that child. So that's a part of your life now forever. So if you do that in 4 or 5 different women, that shit is. I used to have to fly my daughters to LA to pick up one in 3 states and go boop boop boop. Mad expensive. And I learned a lot from Sway with Kiyomi because Sway had a daughter. They lived in Oak, still in the Bay while he was over here working. He would take a fucking flight like a cab, bro. Like I gotta go see Kiyomi and come back. I'm like, damn, and then I end up in the same situation where I had a daughter who was born and raised in San Diego. But I'm like, I'm not gonna let that be a hindrance. I'm gonna make sure I go over there and I know she knows me and I know her. And I did it, man. And that's why I'm saying, like, a lot of us, we can't be out here just thinking with our little heads and out here if we're not gonna go the long haul, because it just saddens me, man, what's going on in our community to this day. To not just with this, from every aspect. It's mostly the killing. When I see all these young kids killing each other, kids who don't even get a chance to live. I'm like, when you die, and now rap used to be an escape. Now I see all these rappers dying. Like it's like you get in there, like Young Dolph, Nipsey Hussle, all these kids, they don't kill my man's brother. Dude, like this is not, you can't press go and get back up and start over.
You're not respawning.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, this shit ain't real. This is real life. And we grew up with, like, you know, it was very seldom guys who played in the street ended up getting caught up in some street shit. Now it's like people try to escape the street, get in the music business, and die. So now it's like, especially with the temperature of the hip hop today, with the drill culture, because the drill culture, you got to be real. They want to be King Von, bro. King Von had mad bodies. They want to be these guys with the bodies and these guys with the murder charges, or they want to be NBA Youngboy. You know why he's popular? His gun go off. These kids, who knows NBA Youngboy's raps? Nobody. They like him because he's a fucking shooter. You know what I'm saying?
It's insane. It's a video game.
It's a fucking video game. It's that GTA shit. They grew up on GTA, and shit is real to these kids, bro.
It really is.
Like it's your life, crazy. Yeah. And then they have mad. I'm like, how many? He got 11. NBA Youngboy got 11 kids.
Yeah.
I'm like, you 22
with
11 kids. Like, you not.
He been having 2 a week since he was like
18. What the fuck is going on? It's some real.
Right. I got a question, man. So, like,
that's crazy, bro.
What is the solution for these problems?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't. We need a think tank, and we need some real people involved with the influence. It's the influence. Like, look how influencers rule the world. We got to really say, who are the influential people in our community, and what are they doing to step up? Who do these kids really idolize and look up to?
Because I feel like, honestly, on that note, I feel like the influential people in our community become CIA and FBI targets, and they take them out immediately. It hasn't been any since they eliminated
You're
the
right.
two that
You're
we
right.
look up to. And
You're right.
then now with this whole media game, I also feel like they kind of use the media to attack the
To kill you.
credibility of the
Yeah.
ones that are coming up, whether
Yeah.
it's warranted or unwarranted or factual or not factual. It doesn't matter,
Matter,
because they
right.
often hear, you often hear that it's like, well, where are all the black leaders? And it's like, well, we had two really amazing black leaders, and they both were killed by the CIA or the FBI. Like, so
Yeah.
what are we talking about? Like,
We had a few, and
Yeah.
they all went out that way. You know
We
what
had
I'm
a lot.
saying?
man.
Even the Panthers. Look how they
Yeah.
did the Panthers.
Hello.
Look how
Yeah,
they did the Panthers. They did it. They just said, they call it neutralizing them. They didn't say
right.
let's kill them. They said, oh, we got to neutralize these guys.
Because they're a threat. You neutralize a threat.
Yeah, neutralize a threat, man. And I think that's the scary part. Like Beleaf, he was asking, like, what's the solution? And it's like I try to do it. Even me as an artist, I felt a sense of responsibility. If you listen to my mixtape raps compared to when I got a record deal, is totally, the mixtape shit was fucking. Who knows if anybody's ever gonna hear this anyway? So I'm just Saigon stocking all this murder, kill shit, which I really come from, which I just came home from doing all these years from all these shootings. But when I got a chance and they was like, okay, time to go out there and perform, I was like, nah, I can't send all these kids to prison, bro. I can't be that voice that's gonna be out there. And gangster rap was killing it, and it was like 50 G Unit was everywhere, and it was like, this shit is shoot 'em up, bang bang shit. And I went there, I made Pain in My Life, I made Gotta Believe It, I made Clap, I made The Color Purple, song about gangs coming together, and that was 15 years ago. Like, so I was like, I seen what was gonna happen in New York with the gang culture, because it started when I was in prison. Like, that whole Bloods and Crips shit started from Rikers Island, and then it went up, and it went upstate. All the God bodies had turned blood. Like, it was like we went from God body, calling themselves gods and earth, to dog. Niggas used to tattoo three little things on their arm. Nigga, I'm like, nah. And I was like, yo, if this shit infiltrates society, and what you did, you go to Brooklyn now, it's all Crips and Bloods. You go to the Bronx now, everybody's Crips and Bloods and GDs and Vice Lords, and you be like, what the fuck? I'm not in Chicago. I'm in New York City, and there's nothing but Crips and Bloods around me. It's some shit that I thought I'd never see in a million years. And it was the power of the hip hop culture. Hip hop culture spread this shit across the country. It was the music and the visuals. The first time I ever heard of it was Colors, Ice-T, the movie Colors. That's the first time I ever knew what a gang was. I'm like, we didn't know what that shit was over here, but we learned it from media. So now we got social media, which is way more powerful than a movie or a video or some shit like that. Now these motherfuckers can interact. Now these motherfuckers can really see people every day and be like, that's like what's going on with porn. Like every girl's like, I got a fat ass, I'm getting OnlyFans. Like, I'm about to make some money from my bedroom. I'm about to go to the sex shop and ride a dildo. You know how many girls I've seen that I knew personally was like, you're doing that? I subscribe, but still. No, I deleted that to that, but I just wanted to see if it was real.
We not judging you, bro. We just wasn't expecting that. We wasn't expecting you to say that, bro.
I wasn't ready.
We not judging you. We weren't ready, bro.
Black Panthers to the sex shop.
I was like, yo, you live up the block. You got what? OnlyFans. I gotta see what's up with that. I've been looking at that ass my whole life, bro. I gotta see this shit up close. $4.99. I'm paying that.
Oh my god.
$4.99. Let me get that. That's a big bag of Doritos.
Yo, I was thinking of it too. Like, and that's why I love these like positive, influential people, like your Kai Cenats, you know what I'm saying? A lot of them streamers. I think, as old as we are, like, I feel like we're gonna impact those people. Like, we're not gonna have the impact that they're gonna have. Sorry, my dog is tripping. Get out of here. But we're going to impact them so that they can impact others. You know what I mean? So I think for us, man, like, I think we have a responsibility to like kind of pour in and mentor. You know what I'm saying? As much as we
Yeah,
can. You know what I mean?
for sure.
Anybody who will lend an ear, that would listen and say,
Right.
all right, man, I might find some value. Because I know one thing that I needed for sure. I didn't know what fatherhood was. Like, it's like a secret. Like, dads don't talk. Like, dads don't be
Right.
telling, like, man, this
Mm.
is what I was thinking. And I was sitting in the driveway and I was trying to figure out if I was gonna kill myself or walk in the house. Like, cats really be thinking like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm
Yeah.
like, if we're not talking
Yeah.
about that truth, like, that's a problem because we making it look like, oh man, well, I got kids, I can't do that. Well, I gotta go home and serve my wife. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not making it real.
Right.
So I feel like we have to, like, our age, we need to mentor, and then the ones under us, they can go and just be the proof. You know what I'm saying?
And
Because go
I
ahead.
think y'all make it cool. I love what y'all done because y'all make it cool. Like anything kids think is cool, they with it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that
saying? And
resonates.
making being a good dad cool. I think is they starting to see like even with Cayenne. I know Cayenne since he was a little Mello and Lala's son.
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
him
yeah.
since he was 2-3 years old. With Sway, I met him with Sway once again. Sway. Well, I known him since he's a baby. Now to see him and Carmelo next to him and saying, yeah, but so all these kids we starting to see, you know what I'm saying? Okay, fathers play a very important role. We play such
Big
an
time,
important
man.
role. And like you said something early. Beleaf said something early in the conversation. He said he had a lot of white friends. When I was young, I moved up to Rockland County, and that was the first time. I'm from Brownsville. First time I ain't never seen no white people when I was a kid. First time I only on TV. You know what I'm saying? You don't see white people outside. You go up there and you start to see you meet these white kids, and you go to their house, and they actually sit down for dinner. They'll say like the tables made with the fork and the spoon. Like y'all do this every day. Like this ain't no like we eat in front of the TV and shit. Like everybody get a plate and go sit down wherever they want. No time for dinner. Everybody got to sit down. I'm like, oh, this shit is real. The father's there, but the father's always there. He's at the head of the table.
Hmm.
He's doing this, that, and I'm like, damn, this structure, this real structure in the family. And when and the way they take us is taking the black father out of the family, and where there's no structure to what mother feel like, oh, I gotta be mom and dad, and then she gets this sense of toughness, which is not real, but she feel like she has to be tougher than she really is because there's no man there, and then there's an adverse effect to it. The adverse effect is because when I grew up without a father, my mother whole thing was, oh, I gotta whoop him, I gotta whoop him.
Yeah.
Oh, we whoop his ass, go get a belt and beat him. Instead of talking to me and being like, why are you acting out? Whatever the fuck I was doing. Oh, just whoop him. So in my psyche, when somebody do something wrong to you, you whoop them. So when somebody would make me feel bad in the street, I'm like, oh, I know what happened. You gotta get an ass whooping. And now I feel like I gotta do something to him. So it's just like when we don't even
Mm.
learn how to speak, I didn't know how to communicate. So many things I got in. If I communicated with the person, it would have never escalated to violence. But I
I
didn't
love
know that.
that.
I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody taught me that.
I
These
love that.
these
And that's
mothers.
crazy because I mentioned something like that and I got flamed, like crazy flamed in the comments when I was on Sway and I was talking about disciplining your children. And what I said was, if you choose to beat your child, I don't beat my children.
Mhm.
But if you choose to beat your child without explaining to them what they're being disciplined for, then you're just abusing them.
Yeah, it's
Because
abuse. Even if you are, you could talk to. You don't whip a child. We learned that from slavery. That's why we call it whippings. Oh, you getting a whipping? Look, we even adapted to terminology.
right,
My mother used to make me go pick switches off a
that's
tree.
wild.
That shit is some slavery shit. Go out there and I'm gonna whip you. When even with the belt, that's synonymous to what they did with the whip.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? So they didn't know no better though, but they wasn't taught any better. So
right.
when you can't teach somebody something you don't know, that's what I'm saying. Our generation has to be. We play a major part in breaking the cycle in our community,
Yes.
and part of that is stop falling for these traps to send us to jail. We don't need to go sell crack to get a Mercedes. We don't need to fucking good. We don't need a lot of this shit. These people go to
Word.
jail for. 80% of the prison population is nonviolent. It's drugs, and people trying to get money. So we thinking, oh, I gotta get money. I hate when the drug dealer used to be like, yo, I'm trying to feed my daughter, man. Word, that's why you selling kilos and shit. Like, what the fuck is your daughter eating? What is your daughter eating? Filet mignon, baby food, motherfucker. Like, that's the biggest excuse in the yo. I gotta eat. So I gotta feed my. So you out here willing to sell drugs to your own people. to tear down your community, make sure lower the property value, do all this shit that's gonna cause negative, to say just so you could look, you want a chain, you want a shiny watch, you want some rims, and you want all this stereotypical shit that we've been taught was cool, and you're willing to look at and say, I said, so when you go to jail, when they lock you up, which is what happens to everybody, who's taking care of your kid now? Who's feeding your kid then? You ain't. So you telling me that's the risk is worth the reward? The risk is worth you not being there for her or him? And that's what happens. And that's this whole cycle that's going on. And hip hop perpetuates it by saying you ain't shit without this. A nigga can't rap, gotta be like, how I'm gonna get that? A nigga don't know how to rap, he gonna go try it. He gonna go get it in the street. And we make it so like this is the status quo, and we gotta start shooting that shit down. That shit is the dumbest shit in the world. Like we're the poorest consumers in the world. We got black people got a lot of work to do. And I don't like to go too in depth in it, because we can sit here for days and days and days and years even talking about where to start. But we have to realize we have a serious problem. Before you even start to do something, you have to realize we have a problem. It's like an addict. You ask a nigga who's a junkie or alcoholic, he got to realize that he needs help first. And our community got to say, we need help. We seriously need help. And it starts with the entertainment, and that's where the influence is at. That's where the capital is at. That's where, look, we got black billionaires. How many of that comes from entertainment? All of them?
Pretty much.
It might be one that's not in. Oprah, Michael Jordan, Jay-Z. They were saying Kanye, Rihanna, rappers, and so if y'all the ones with the influence and the money, y'all just gotta step it up.
But that's another thing. That's another thing that we could get on. But I feel like, to your point earlier, Beleaf, about like, who are some of the positive influences. I feel like there's a lot of times where we look toward our celebrities for them to kind of steer the narrative or add something to it. I remember, earlier on when the whole Palestine thing was really coming to light, and people were holding DJ Khaled to task for not saying anything. And I'm like, have you ever heard DJ Khaled speak? Is this the person that you really want to represent you and have like some grand convert? Like, this dude is not the person that I would want to speak for me.
Yeah.
Who did them politicians go get when they was trying to get votes? Who did they go get? Who Kamala went and got? Beyonce, Megan Thee Stallion. When she went and got the people with the influence. Look, why we supposed to do the same shit? Donald Trump had fuck Sleepy Hollow, some niggas from Brooklyn, some niggas, some real gangbangers, because of his son. Donald Trump didn't know who the fuck Sleepy Hollow and them guys was. You know who did? Barron did. Barron sent them to Aiden Ross. Barron is the one that said, "Yo, go do these podcasts, Dad. This is where all the kids listen to. This is what's popping." And he listened to his son. They are the influence. We can't shake it.
And I feel like that's important, to bring it back to what we were talking about.
Kai Cenat did some shit and shut down the whole city. The whole city shut down.
New York City. Yes.
Yeah, look, that's different. That's some Malcolm X shit. That's power, bro. Like, that's power. Imagine if you had a real message.
Right. I mean, and that that's why I'm kind of loving the whole like decentralization of media power right now. Well, we have Fatherhood's podcast, a Rap Dads, a Beleaf in Fatherhood, because we would even Baby Daddy Duty, like we have these platforms and we have this property that we can show without having to go through the normal, the norms of early times and trying to get greenlit and get put on a television. Now we can go straight to consumer. We can get on YouTube like we are right now and have these conversations, and no one can stop us. And this is how we just gotta hope YouTube
treat us right with algorithms, because until we get our own shit, I'm telling you, bro, this 40 million of us. I'm gonna tell you how artists don't connect in black society in America. It's 43 million black Americans in America. It's hard for a rapper to sell go gold nowadays. It's hard for a rapper to sell 500,000 copies. If he go gold, you're not. Something's not resonating. We're not connecting. There's a disconnect. There's a huge disconnect.
Okay, what you saying? What do you mean by that though, Saigon?
So think about it. Think about it, right? I'm saying if I put out a record right now, if I sold 1 million, if I went platinum in 2025, I'd be top of the biggest. It's hard to go platinum right now. There's 43 million black people in America. So that means, and we're the poorest. We just love to spend money. We love to spend. We spend money on shit we don't need more than anybody. Why nobody buying these records?
Okay, yeah. So I mean,
so it's a disconnect. That's what I'm saying. We're not resonating. Every time we resonate, it's usually on something negative. I think the last artist I would say resonated really, but aside from Drake, which I wouldn't really say he resonated with the black community, I would say it's 50 Cent. I would say it's 50 Cent. 50 Cent, like it resonates. When it resonates, it resonates. When you go out there selling 10, 12, 13, or people are really into you that much, that means, even look at J. Cole. J. Cole resonates on a level where you can say what you want about him. J. Cole resonates to the point where he never seen him with a gold chain, never seen him with no Gucci shit on. Now, he rides his bike through Manhattan like he's a regular, but the guy sells. He's never sold less than 400,000 records. Probably 392 was his lowest first week.
But I would also argue that
he connects.
A lot of those J. Cole sales are not us.
But a lot of them are. 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 A lot of them are.
I don't know, man.
A lot of them are. A lot of them are. You'd be surprised. That kid is one of the kids who he actually resonates.
I feel like
he resonates.
I don't know. I don't know if your live show reflects your consumer base, but I feel like at a J. Cole show, the ratio of, the demographic is skewed heavily in another direction that's not black.
No, I mean, that's true, because a lot of us don't have the money to go buy tickets and pay $80 for a ticket. See what I'm saying? A lot of us don't have that kind of money. Point. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's the minimum you're paying. The minimum you're paying is $80. So a white kid can easily say, "Hey, Ma, I love J. Cole. I want to go to a concert." And
me and my friends, like, can we all?
Yeah, can we all go? A lot of them have that. But what I mean by think about it though, like, it's 43 million of us. If somebody starts to really resonate, the music is Michael Jackson resonated. Like, certain artists resonate. Marvin Gaye resonated. Like, Tupac resonated, bro. Yo, when Tupac died, I was in prison. Dudes was crying. I'm like, you knew this nigga? They were like, oh man, but I'm like, the fuck you crying for?
When Kobe died, I cried. Yeah,
crying. Yeah.
But here's the thing: is like we in a different era, bro. Like, we don't all have the same mission. Like, some of us really want to get out the hood. Some of us really want to buy a jet. Some of us want to be able to impress the girl down the street.
No, my whole thing
is, we don't have the same mission. Like, we don't know that family is the most important unit that will ever exist. Like, the foundation of your family, right, is the most important thing that a child can have. We don't think that. We don't know that. Like, that's not something that we know.
But do you believe it takes a village to raise a child?
I think that it takes a couple people. I don't think it takes a village. So I agree.
So go ahead. My point is, I don't think there should be a such thing as a hood anymore. We should not have these low income places where people are just poor, and that's the reason why they out here doing this dumb shit.
So how do we solve that though?
That's what I'm saying. But
right,
collectivism. You don't have a community without unity. It's common unity. So we have neighborhoods. We don't have unity. We gotta love each other again. We have to learn to love the bird down the street. We have to have some kind of unity. And I see that by living in Rockland County, with the Jew, with Hasidic Jew, when a community comes together, things happen. They built hospitals. They got their own ambulances. I had to ask the police, like, if this Jewish ambulance, do I got to pull over for him too? He's not even shit. Is niggas Hasidic Jew. Like this, they got their own police cars. They got their own hospitals. They have everything. Supermarkets. We don't have that yet, and we've been here. How?
But bro, this is the problem. Like if men are fighting with women, we can't even create a family. We can't even agree on how to run a house. So how we gonna run a community? We can't make nothing.
You're
so
right.
Somebody like my life, my life's mission is this. Like the fatherhood is the end of me. Like I'm gonna be doing this. I know that this is the most impactful role I will ever have. It will last longer than me as a husband. How I treat my children, how they treat their children, how the community works, it'll last longer than all that, right? So if I know that, I have to treat my wife as top priority because I need my sons to see that and my daughter to see that. Like that's number one. But as a Black community, we can't even we can't even agree on gender roles. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's the point I'm making. That's why I said we've got a lot of work. That's why I was like, we have a lot of work to do, and it's not like it's impossible because we've done it before in the past. You look at Tulsa, Oklahoma. We had everything. We've done this before. We had a Black Wall Street. You look at Seneca Village. We've done this before. So it's not something that can't be done. We've done it before. It's all about a mindset, and who's controlling the mindset of our children controls our future right now. So when our kids is on these phones and on TikTok, I'll be happy if they got rid of TikTok. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, cut that shit off. Yeah, my kids too. My kids addicted. All my kids is addicted to it. Get rid of that shit. I want books in their hands. I don't want all of it. There's too much information. It's too much information for I'm an adult and I find myself scrolling too long. Yeah. Like, damn, I gotta get off this shit. And I'm a whole adult. So imagine a child, a 12, 13, when they're supposed to be focusing on, you know what I mean, the school books and this kind of distraction. This shit is a lot. And we haven't seen that we haven't seen the aftermath of it. We don't know the outcome of it yet because our generation is like, it's new. It's pretty new. So there's a whole generation. We're the guinea pig.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So back to like the foundation, but Beleaf said is a core belief of mine. No pun intended. Like I always talk about it in my podcast, and I'm always saying it just to people casually because like there's a couple of things that Beleaf said that I want to touch on. So one is us men, even before we get into fatherhood, the things that we choose to talk to other men about is very limited, right? Like vulnerability out the window. Like very rarely, if ever, are we going to be vulnerable with each other about things we're going through. That shit gets bottled up for the most part, and then we explode and wild shit happens that usually is to our detriment. But the other part of that is society, the impact of society. I don't care what race, ethnicity, religion, whatever. When you've got a solid foundation in your home, in your nuclear family, you have now created such a ripple effect in society, a positive one, that is better than most things that you can do for society. Because if you've got strong parents that raise, and I don't care if they're together, because that's the other thing. Like, yeah, having parents be together is the ideal, but you can co-parent and still raise kids in the right way, or whatever you think that is, right?
Whole fact.
And then deliver to society upstanding citizens that now have a very strong moral compass and are able to get along with other people. To Saigon's point earlier, having that unity among, like, respecting people, the most basic thing, right? Being able to teach your kids how to do that. How when you want something one way, you got to be able to give the other way so that there could be some common ground. Like some of these basic things. And I see it just from the group of people I choose to hang out with that have similar kind of belief systems. That it's an amazing impact. Like, absolutely, I'm so grateful that I live where I live, because in my immediate area, for the most part, my kids really don't understand what race tension is.
Not
to the extent that I did when I was growing up, right? And that is a testament to the parents that we happen to be around that live in a similar way, where they raise their kids respect. Here's right, here's wrong. Here's here are the tools. Now let's go and try to do the right thing. Like it's not perfect, But it's incumbent upon us to try to steer the ship.
That's why I said we shouldn't have these neighborhoods. We've done it. We generate enough money in this country not to have impoverished neighborhoods where we live at. Because like you said, I'd have had a chance to live where you live at and live where it still goes down every day. And it's like, how is this still, how is there still 17 Chinese restaurants in this little 1 mile vicinity? And there's not one soul food spot. It's 2 soul food spots. Like we have to, like it has to start somewhere, and it does start in home. Beleaf is correct. Is 1,000,000% right. It starts in the household, and we all have the most important job, and I think that's why we're all here on this right now, taking our time out to do this. So somebody, whoever it is, who might see this, might we're gonna enlighten a lot of people and say, hey, you know what? Damn, and shit went over. I haven't even been thinking like this. I haven't even been thinking like I'm just thinking my job as a father is just to bring home the bacon. Nah, it's more than that. It's more than that. It's a lot more than that.
Yeah, I sold my house in April, moved to a farm. I'm renting a farm right now just to kind of slow down life, right? My goal is to find more people to have farms next to so that we can grow our families together and that our children have a safe place to be wild. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So hold on real quick, bro. I'm on the live right now. You come in screaming. That's not good. Can you get the dog and get him out? Get out of here. Go. Come get the dog, please.
Speaking of being wild, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know how like kids like they like to set firecrackers and you know what I'm saying? Like like to do wild stuff, but anywhere they do that, they get in trouble. So it's like, why can't we have a place that it's not gonna be inner city? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because it's too much proximity, it's too much. We need too many different communities and functions and facilities in order to operate, bro. Please don't ask me about that.
Correct.
Go ask your mom. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Like I'm renting a farm right now. We're moving toward this mindset as well. Like we're trying to buy another farm, another 8 to 20 acres. You know what I'm saying? To sit on and grow our own food. Like I want to be on the dirt bikes without somebody telling me I can't go that fast. I can't shoot my gun. I can't do this. I can't I'm doing whatever I want.
That's the way to do it, man.
Sure.
We and we have to put those messages out there because a lot of hip hop is not really doing that. And I always go back to hip hop not only because that's my job and that's my profession for the past 20 years, but also the influence it had on me. You know, when you say that, you know what I think of? I think of a group when I was growing up, and you remember Arrested Development when they was take me to another place.
Yeah.
That shit was so cool, and they was on a farm. You know what I mean? Tennessee. And I'm looking at this shit, and I'm like, damn, what happened to that kind of like music being in the forefront? And I'm like, they was winning Grammys. They didn't put no negative, and Vibrations was good. You didn't listen to that shit and want to go hurt somebody. You turn on this shit now, you listen to music, you be like, this shit make me want to go. Music is powerful, man. The power of this shit is great. I remember when Prodigy and them came out, and I ended up having problems with them later on. But when they to all the killers and the $100 billers to real niggas who ain't got no feelings, I'm a little teenager. Like I ain't got no feelings. Fuck that. I ain't got no feelings. Yeah, this shit was mad. Yeah, like it was real. Like I ain't got no feelings, bro. Fuck. I'm telling you, like, what you talking about? I'm like, don't worry about it. I ain't got no fucking feeling. I'm like, this shit is very, very, very influential. And they understand the power of it. Like the people who's owning it right now, because we don't own it. The ones who own it understand the power of it. So it's like, where do we, instead of us sitting here throwing rocks at each other and knick-knack, and we gotta understand, take the power back and be like you said, either we cowards or we scared of the repercussion or retribution, or we gotta step up and be like, look, you know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta, we still on a mission. Because certain artists seen it. Tupac seen it, bro. Ice Cube seen it. Like, there's a lot of great artists, even Big Daddy Kane back in the day. If you listen to Young, Gifted, and Black and the song that the music that these artists were making is nothing like what's being produced nowadays.
Word.
It's nothing like that. We had a Public Enemy. We had an X-Clan. We had Queen Latifah saying, who you calling a bitch? like UNITY. That's a U. These were hit records. Like, so these
Hit
songs,
records.
these songs were resonating with. Like, you couldn't call no black girl, no bitch back then. She want to fight you. Now they call it, they sells bitches. I'm the bad bitch. I'm the bad bitch. I'm a bitch. I'm this bitch. I'm that bitch. Now it's worse than that. Like, now they hoes. Now I'm flashing pussy. I'm flashing pussy. Like, now it's out of control. But that's because we ain't get a grip on it. And now we look like, how does somebody let this slide? How are you able to say my pussy pink, my booty hole brown, and to kid? Like, this shit is this, and and we sit here and go, it's making money. Shit's selling. Long as it's selling, it's okay.
And that's actually the topic that I wanted to get
It's sad.
into. I feel like this year, I feel like the last couple years has been, we've seen a rise in female hip hop. And earlier it was like dope mixture of subject matters and talent and things of that nature. But this year, I feel like especially has been just hypersexualized, only like selling sex in music. Like, you know, we have dope MCs like Rhapsody, like Little Sims, like Lady London. There's a lot of really dope female MCs who are like, you know, they take the craft very seriously and they have something to say. But those don't seem like the ones that get platformed. Those don't seem like the ones who are on the mainstream agenda. And I'm the only one here that don't have daughters. I only have sons. So how do you police, or what is your approach to, you know, the hypersexualization and commercialization of female rap in your families?
Yo, for me, so I got two daughters. I've got a 17-year-old daughter. She's about to go to college next year. And I've got an 8-year-old daughter. And then I got a son in the middle. He's 11. So and I talk about this with my brothers on the fatherhoods all the time. Like DJ EFM, for instance, I'm like, yo, E, like, because we both have daughters, right? So I'm like, I can't sit here and let any of my kids, but let alone my daughters, listen to Cardi, listen to Megan Thee Stallion, listen to Ice Spice. Like, I can't. And my older kids, my older two, they've come up on it, right? Like somebody's blaring it out of their car stereo, or, you know, switching the dial and you come across it on the radio or whatever. And they know how bad it is, which is a testament to like how we're able to parent. Cause like, yo, I'm a humongous hip hop head. I'm Dominican. My parents are Dominican. I should be playing baseball, listening to bachata and merengue, and that's my life. That is not how it went down. I'm a huge hip hop head first, big basketball fan second, right? So I'm kind of like the opposite of what my native people do.
All against the grain.
All against the grain. And like I can appreciate the lyricism from somebody like what's her name? Barbie. What's her name?
Nicki Minaj.
Yes, Nicki Minaj. She's mad lyrical, but as soon as she go down raunchy sex lane,
nah,
I can't do it.
Yeah.
Like there was a time growing up, like, yo, all right, that was cool, whatever. Like I wasn't really gravitating toward it so much, but like there was room for it. Now with kids, bro, there's nothing there's no value. There's zero value. It's all bad. And my kids, like I said, luckily they shy away from it. Like when they hear it, it's like, nah, it's too much. So much so that my oldest, she turned to like Christian rap and like gospel music, and like that's where she spends most of her time.
Smart. She's
smart because girl. it just became too much, and it was a constant battle for her.
Music is very powerful, man. Very influential, man. I'm seeing it having. My daughter likes the drill music, and I hate that shit. Like she's into all. She knows every little drill thing going on. She's 13 years old, and I'm telling her how. I'm like, and when what happened to Dirk happened to Dirk. She told me one time, and I was like, damn, where did I fuck up at? She was like, she met Cardi B at a mall in Jersey. That mall, there's a mall in Jersey. They got like a big old mall with the little ski
Mall of
slope.
America.
Mall of America, yeah.
American Dream. My bad.
American Dream Mall, yeah. Fact. So she seen Cardi B in there, and she told me we haven't done that. She's like, yeah. And I started crying. I said, you started crying to see Cardi B? I was like, damn. So I was like, damn. Like she was like, yeah. I started. I'm like, why was she? I'm like, why was you crying? She was like, cause it's Cardi B. And I'm like, and I'm thinking about the shit Cardi B raps about. And I know this is all mommy because I don't want to allow it. So I'm like, yeah, okay. And then I said, so, is there any other artists that you would cry if you would meet them? She said, there's only 2 artists I would cry if I met. She said, Cardi B and Little Durk. And I was like, dang, this is a drill rapper who raps about killing. I'm like, the allure is the celebrity, because I'm like, I don't think she's really, I hope she's not factoring in. But what if she is though? If you know what I'm saying? Now, and when he went to jail, I said, this is why I told you, you see, this is not something that you want to look, this guy isn't doing bad things. Like, no, he's not a great guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he makes great music, but if you're into these kind of things, this drill rap, but she's so into it. And as much as you can't childhood the world, and when you're not with the mother, so it's kind of like I'm trying to look. She look at me like, nigga, you a bum ass rapper. Nobody give a fuck about you. You ain't popping. No, man, you ain't. These niggas is pop. Little TJ, little this one, and everything is negative. It's sex. It's hypersexual. So me as a old rapper coming in trying to, I look like a lame. Like, shut your dusty ass up. You hating. I look like a hater in her mind. Like, oh, what you hate? You mad because they got how many followers you got? This guy got this many followers, and I'm looking like, damn. Like I'm fighting a hell of a battle here. You know what I'm saying? And because I think about myself, how influenced I was to music, and a lot of it is because my father wasn't there, and hip hop became like my father. And my daughter just happens to love the music. She's been around it her whole life because she's been around me, and this is what she's taken to. So I'm looking at this shit and I'm like, damn. When I see how hypersexual it is and all this over violent and how violent it is with the drill and the kill, I say, I look at every other community, and not make it a racial thing. I say, what's the equivalent in their community to a Sexy Red? What is something that's saying wet ass pussy? Where's the wet ass pussy song for them? Where's they people telling their kids, go get a mop for this wet ass pussy to little ass girls, bro? I got 2. Yeah, I'm like, there is no equivalent. I'm like, so this shit is all by design. They know what the fuck they doing. When you keep us in a certain mindset, you ain't got to worry about us coming up. Like, we gotta sit around ourselves and be like, what are we doing? Why is this even allowed? There should be a commission where people sit around a panel where God say, hold on, are we gonna let this shit pollute the airways of our children? Because they won't allow that. You remember they was shutting down, fuck the police and all. They knew what that. They was like, yeah, I can't put that in the stores. They would protest and take it off the shelves back in the days.
It went to Congress. They tried to pass
Congress and all that. Yeah,
right.
Even that's why I'm like, Luke sometimes, like, Luke was some horny ass nigga in Atlanta who just was a freak. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, and he went against Congress and giving them this freedom to say whatever he want.
That's freedom of speech.
Yeah, it was freedom of speech, saying, hey, we can do whatever we want. So how come I can't say go kill a cop? How come I can't say that?
Right. Yo,
you know the power of it. You know. That's why. Yeah, you know the power of it.
So I think it's really hard for me to demonize hip hop in any way, because I understand that it is freedom of speech. And then we look at where it comes from, and the earliest for me would probably be Little Kim. You know what I'm saying? Where it comes from, I would say that she birthed this low key.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And
big.
Right. So big. Now that the thing is starting to roll, we can't get mad because it's still sliding. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Big wrote all Kim's rhymes. So you gotta understand, Big was somebody who died at 24 years old. Big was a baby. Big didn't understand what he read. His shit was a fantasy. Frank White. Big's own mother went and said he ain't never slept in no one room shack with me. She said, I worked so hard. My son ate great. She said, this shit is fantasy rap. So all
Right.
y'all really think, to all the people who did it, she said, my son went out there in the streets because he was being a rebellious teenager. My son came home to a hot meal every day.
But we don't want the truth. Like we don't want
But we
none
need
of
the
it.
truth.
We don't.
We need
But
the
check it
truth.
out. Like you look at somebody like the
If
Hawk
we
Tour
own
girl.
you,
Right.
you
Look at
okay.
look at somebody like the Hawk Tour girl. Right.
Yes. Uh-huh.
This girl went viral because she talked about something ain't nobody ever know she did. She probably never did it before. All she did was said it, right? Then you look at Drake, right? It's a fantasy. This dude is living, playing a role, right? We don't care. We got even like the way that politicians lie. It's all what we're willing to believe for the moment, what makes us feel good. So if sex is going to intoxicate us for the moment, like, and you know, even though it was a joke, Saigon, you mentioned the shorty, you was like, man, I'm still subscribed. Like it's something that it's insatiable to us, to like we find that familiar, but we can't like categorize it and put it like, okay, well, this is just me, right? My kid shouldn't look at it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to solve this problem. I love hip hop. I love hip hop so much. I understand that it's freedom of speech, but it's also
We don't own it.
bro.
We don't own it, Beleaf. We don't
Dog,
we don't
I'm
get
a
nothing
square.
from it. We don't get nothing from it, bro.
Bro,
It's
let me
all
tell you,
bad. It's all bad. We don't
but let me
own
tell
it.
you how much of a
Listen.
square I am, bro. Let me tell you how much of a square I am, right? My wife and I did have sex before marriage.
Okay.
Right? We got married, had 2 kids. They play hockey. All black kids. It's not mixed race. It's all black, all black kids.
Man.
Not mixed
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, because that matters. Like that matters.
No,
Because if
absolutely.
I'm going into a different culture, like, oh, I'm adopting this culture. I'm just saying, like, I still love Doechii with a passion. I think she's super dope. You know what I mean?
This year. Anyway,
She's
You know what I'm
dope.
saying?
She's
Like,
super
I think
dope.
she's super dope. So
I
I
don't-
can't say that these free people expressing their mind. I'm just like, look, I know what that leads to. I want more than that out of my life, and I hope my kids will want more than that. But I can't control what comes over the airwaves. Now I can control. Hey, man, you just spent an hour on TikTok. How you feel after that? What, like, do you feel like you could breathe? You feel like you're breathing deep? If I asked you to go run a mile, could you? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want them to be able to think for themselves, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to say, all right, the government wants to put a ban on TikTok, and they want to, or Australia put a ban and said, oh, anybody who's 16 years old, that's when you get on social media. Under that, you can't do that.
I
Right?
love that. I love
you
that.
love that, but it's like,
Yeah.
why do we
Why
need the
not?
government to tell our kids what to do? You know what I'm saying?
Because we know the influence of it, man. It's too much.
But our kids are going to do it regardless.
The same way. Yeah, just like me. I was drinking at 12.
14.
I was
drinking at
12.
14.
Yeah, but were you responsible enough to drink? Hell no.
Oh, I was
Not
drinking
at all.
Everclear.
Hell no. Yeah, but were you responsible enough to drink?
B.
No, hell no.
No.
One day they
wilding
found me
out.
laying in a pile of throw up when I was small. I drank so much nitrate, I just vomited and was passed out. And some old lady was crying. I remember this shit. Oh, some white lady. It was a white lady woke me up saying, "Whose baby is this?" She's crying. We used to drink nitrate and MD 2020 and that dumb shit, bum juice, straight shit the bums drink. The bums was drinking because it was cheap. Yeah, bum juice, drinking this shit because it tastes good. I mean, irresponsible. There's certain levels of responsibility you're not gonna have as a child, and we're not ready to talk about sex as a 12, 13-year-old. We're not, like, I didn't even know as a 13-year-old, I didn't know what it meant for a girl to get wet. Like, I didn't know what I didn't know what that meant.
Hold on. All right, so let's talk about pornography real quick. When were you introduced to pornography?
Around that age, 11, 12 years old.
All right, so mine was probably like 9, 10.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
I remember at 6, a girl showed me her vagina under the table. So, we started having that conversation with our kids before they could even know about it, right? Before they had, because our kids are homeschooled. So I couldn't even tell. They don't look. If I don't tell my children the truth, then I'm allowing someone else to tell them their version of the truth.
You just said it on the head when you say you homeschool them. So that's,
you know what I'm saying?
a whole different ball game. So
different ball game.
You're giving them all the information they getting. Yeah.
Right. So we look like the plug. So when someone be like, "Oh man, you know, such and such about sex, and the kids are like, actually, nah, that's just an erection, and that's what happens. It's biological, and what's happening is that you know what I'm saying? Like my kids will come at it from like, oh no, I know what it is already. You know what I mean? So we have to be we are the first influencers.
Yeah. But
you know
if everybody was like us four, this world would be we wouldn't need to be on this shit. You know what I'm saying? This is the whole point. Like we're the 1%ers on this motherfucker. We're trying to spread this message. Like I love the fact you said you homeschool. I think more people should homeschool, man. Like people, I think that shit makes a world of difference, man.
But we also, and that's why I was like, yo, that's why I really love the farm aspect, because then we can homeschool in the community, right?
Yes,
right.
Yes,
and so
you got the right idea,
man. But it's so hard to get to that point. Like I had to sell my house. Like that's difficult in Cali. I live in San Diego. I sold my house in San Diego, Saigon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you already know. You already know that that's difficult, right? So like I think that I as much as I love hip hop and I respect people's freedom of speech, I don't want to put a lid on somebody's journey or say like, yo, you can't sell this. My issue is that you don't even really live that life, Cardi B. I'm sure she lives that life, but those are her words. She's not writing. She don't write that.
Don't write it. She don't even write it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what are we really paying for? What are we really funding when we support these artists that don't like that? You know, Drake and you know what I'm saying? Like all these other people. You know, we're really just feeding a pool. So I don't have a solution for this, y'all. I'm gonna be honest. I'm brokenhearted by the effects of it, but I love. It's like watching boxing. Like I'm not trying to see nobody get hurt, but when I see somebody with the right head movement, you know what I'm saying, and good footwork, and you know what I'm saying, like I love that. That's good work, you know. So,
I like to parallel the sex part to the gang part when it comes to hip hop, and then to make my point like clear. Look at let's name. I'm gonna name 10 rappers that died, and one thing they're gonna have in common, they got shot. One thing they're gonna have in common is they were in a gang. They was part of a gang. This shit is the commonality. Pop Smoke, right? He was a Crip, right? What's my other little man from Brooklyn who got he was from the 90s too, bro. He got shot like 2 years after Pop. He was about to blow up. I forgot his name, but he was a Crip as well. Nipsey Hussle was a Crip, right? King Von was a gangster disciple or GD or whatever. He was in a gang. He's gang affiliated. Let's keep going. Drake the Ruler was in the gang, right? I'm gonna name, that's 5 off the rip, and I'm not even writing this down. If I would looked at a list, it'd probably be 30. Yeah, there's a list. This is off the head. The commonality is all these guys are in the gang, right? And they all rappers. They all make music. They all gangbangers, right? We didn't like Arrested Development and them niggas and what's the mother take me? Them niggas. What's my man name? The KRS-One kicked off the stage and them niggas, PM Dawn and them niggas,
PM Dawn,
niggas. Tribe Called Quest wasn't getting shot at. You know what I'm saying? Nobody shot up. It wasn't a part of hip hop back then. It was very, very rare. And when it happened, KRS-One to come make a song about it. You know that whole self-destruction, movement started because of somebody got shot at a show. When they and it's not even the rap audience is bugging. It's one or two suckers, ignorant brothers. Yeah, that whole shit, the whole self-destruction. You're headed for self-destruction. They all came together at one time and said, "Yo, we can't have this in our culture." But now I can name 10 rappers who all are gang affiliated and they come in the same rap shit and they influence these kids. And the only reason why I bring it to that because it's what I do. The influence we have on children is we like their cartoons almost. They look up to us. They look like so many kids came to me when I was hot and I was popping, came to me, yo, I got through my college years listening to this. Da, 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 da. So we have so much impact on these kids, bro. And the fact if we're gonna tell these little girls, go out there and use your butt and use your sexuality to get ahead. And don't use your smarts. If you got some big titty, you don't need to be smart. If you gotta, then I do what I want. Then I do it again. Turn around, twerk. Shake my ass. That little girl, if you see her, she's going through some shit where this game will eat them alive and spit them out. If we're not gonna sit here, it did it to the best of them. Michael Jackson, Prince, Whitney Houston, they all got ate up by this shit. They couldn't even take what comes with being fame and fortune and that shit. So they not ready for this shit to begin with. because once you become famous, you belong to society.
Yeah.
You belong to society. If you don't have thick skin, do not try to get into this game. Do not try to be famous. You got to be built for this shit, especially in this day and age. So when you have these people and we don't own none of it, we don't own no distribution, we don't control none of it, and it's just having such an impact on our community. Like you said, none of us on here have the answer. But when are we gonna bring it to the table and be like, we have a fucking problem? When are we gonna acknowledge on a main scale that this shit is a problem? It's not even been acknowledged. This shit is a problem. We need to take a step back, stop pocket watching, forget who's a billionaire, who's a true. All we do is pocket watch and see this nigga made this much. Oh, he made this much. All we do is pocket watch each other, see who made money, and like that shit matters. Like, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck is who is raising this next generation of young black children?
It's the media, bro.
What are they influences for them to look up to? Who are their role models that they have? Who are their role models? Who? I'm throwing it out there.
Hey, yo,
who's a good role model for a young black man coming up?
You know that what's so crazy, bro? I was thinking about it and I was like, oh yeah, streamers, right? I think streamers have such an amazing opportunity, right? But if you look at it, this is one guy, and I'm sad for him. He got outed. The dude Sketch, who he's like a white kid, right? He's like a streamer, a gamer. He does he has like a bunch of like phrases or whatever, like real popular, right? And then at one point he got outed because he used to do some type of OnlyFans thing, right? And he understood, right, that however he needed to get it, he had to get it. Right? It worked being himself and making a character of himself, but he was willing to go this other route that would expose him sexually. You know what I'm saying? So
is that the guy that does the "What's up, brother"?
Yes.
Yo, my kids do that shit. That's who started that.
Yes.
See what I'm saying? The influence. He just said my kids do that shit. It's the influence, bro. That shit
right. Right.
So my kids do.
So I'm thinking that like there is something about the attraction to fame, right? And what you're willing to do to get there. We don't know how much it costs until we're there, and we realize by the trail of bodies that are left behind. You know what I'm saying? By the amount of people to influence and like are trying to do what you do. Like I'm sure Lil' Kim probably regrets how things worked out for her. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm sure like everybody has these regrets. Maybe besides like the top of the top. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z, Beyonce, some of them people. You know what I'm saying? And 50 and all them. Like, but they had a goal to bring all these people with them and do this work and be famous. But it's like at what cost? You know what I'm saying? It's going to cost you your life. It's going to cost you your mind. It may cost you your family, right? It's going to cost you
the part
your
they
friends.
don't tell them. The part they don't tell you.
The money. You know what I'm saying?
Look at Diddy. Look at Diddy right now. We watching the biggest fall from grace we ever seen. And like, this guy been on top for 30 years. It took
Sorry, man. Go ahead.
You got West Coast nigga doing that. He called me. How's it going? No, he been on top. Diddy been doing this thing for a while. Let's rephrase that.
Yeah.
And it took one incident. Well, not who knows if it's one, but it took this thing to come. Everything you worked 30 years. Now your legacy is that. Yeah. When they talk about Diddy in the books, it's not going to be about all about the Benjamins. It's not going to be about Mary J. Blige or Jodeci or all these artists. It's not none of that. That's how they're going to start it. But then it's going to lead up to you being the diddler and you being all of this shit. And he's sitting right now in jail. $50 million can't get this man out of jail. So is it really all about Benjamins? If $50 million can't get you out of jail, you ain't kill nobody. And whatever you did, they saying $50 million ain't enough for us to let you out.
Yeah.
He said, yo, I'll give up my passports, my kids' passports. He tried to give up everything to get out of prison. He's not even in prison yet. He's in jail. He tried to give up everything to get out of jail. And they saying, no, you can't. You got to sit here until May and go to trial and answer these allegations. So he's already, even if he's innocent, he's fucked up. Like even if let's say he beats it, he just sat in jail for 8 months, and his reputation is finished. A 30-year reputation, he take the bill. A reputation is finished overnight.
8 months,
Yeah.
So you got to be careful. Be careful what you ask for. That's what they tell us growing up. So all these people who think they want fame, you belong to everybody. So if you're not ready to be ridiculed, if you don't like ridicule, then don't be in a public eye. And I've seen so many people who can't take it, like Cardi B can't take it. That's why she gets on the internet and black out when people talking about her. But you're in a pub. This comes with you signed up for this.
The life you chose.
It's the life you chose. So along with the mansions and the money and all of this comes the people on there talking about you as a parent, that you as your stripper days, you're ugly, messing with your self-esteem. So if you're a person with low self-esteem and you got to sit here and read these comments, you think a person with bulimia is bad, or a person who got body issues. Now, if you got a big nose, like this shit, bro. I did love a hip hop. You ever argue with Black Twitter, bro?
Yo,
Arguing with Black is you against
undefeated.
thousands and thousands of people.
Undefeated.
I was like, I tried that shit.
You wanted the nicest at this, and you couldn't beat.
I couldn't, bro. For every one jab I got off, I refreshed my shit. It's 10,000 insults. I'm like, you gotta be real.
Win.
You gotta have thick skin. Not only that, some of that shit penetrates you.
Right.
Like, shut the fuck up. You did it. You was looking like, how dare you? So yeah, and we don't, that's the side that they don't tell you. Like, you gotta really, 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 really be built for being out there like this. And we see people fall from grace. We see people sit there and have to talk about other people. Now the new thing is get on a podcast and just your whole life is talking about another man.
Yeah, that's
how
wild.
many dudes is doing that shit right now. You ever see? I'm like, why they keep interviewing the same motherfucker for months at a time to talk about another person?
I feel like Dame Dash is on that run right now.
He's on that run though. Gene Dill,
nothing that has to do with.
What about Gene Dill? Gene Dill.
Yeah.
Yo, as soon as you see him, you know some Diddy shit. I don't know nothing about Gene Dill. I don't know everything
about Gene Dill.
Yeah, as soon as you see him, you know he's talking about Puffy. Now they so smart. Art of Dialogue, they so swift with it. They went and started finding members of the band. Like, yo, you want to talk some shit about Diddy? It would make you a reoccurring role because Diddy's a hot topic, and it's everybody's trying to. We all chasing a bag. Oh, we trying to get money to the money. We've been devalued to think that we're not worth nothing but a dollar sign, and that shit is. We so much more than that as a people. You know what I mean? As a culture, we so much more than money, and you let people tell it. That's their excuse for everything. Yo, I got that bag though. I'm getting that bag though. And that's the bottom line for everybody. That's the excuse.
That's the thing I tell my kids. Like, you know, they're all fit now, I think, but like for a long time, it was like. They compare you know, what their life is like to what their friends' parents' life is like and all of that. And at the end of the day, it comes down to like the money piece. And it's the perception of wealth, right?
That's all it is.
That's all it is.
Perception. And I'm always like, look at what you have and appreciate what you have. Don't worry about what nobody else got. And be happy with what you got and where you want to go. You know, you have all these opportunities to go reach. But don't pocket watch. Like, don't
like
worry.
You said, it's a perception, and it's so sad. I got a friend in Miami. I hope he never sees this, bro.
I'm gonna send it to him right now.
No, don't send it to him. And he got mad fake jewelry, bro.
Oh
man, his ice is all bullshit. So.
He got the.
But the way people treat him and the way girls be on him, and I be wondering like, but I'm like, fuck it. If they gonna go do this because. Who am I to be like
blowing the spot up?
I ain't gonna blow your spot up, but I'm like, if these bitches knew, it's getting tricked, and it's the perception he get. Yo,
that's it.
All fake ass jewel, man, fake ice. He come in, he know how to play the part. Yo, shorty, like he got money, and they fall for it, and he be bagging the baddest. I'm like, damn, this nigga's tricking the game like a motherfucker.
Hey,
but.
Man.
Master
you know,
perception is reality to a lot of people.
Yeah,
what it is.
Shit is crazy.
Word. Listen, we've been rocking for 2+ hours. I think we're gonna have to call this joint
Yeah,
a
yeah.
night. But listen, man, thank you guys so much for your time, for your wisdom. We laughed, we damn near cried, we overshared in some instances. Um, yeah, man. Just real quick, want to wrap
Honesty,
up.
man. Honesty. Honesty is the best
Honesty,
policy.
but this is what we need. We
Yeah,
said it. Like, there's not a lot
yeah.
of spaces for us to be honest and have
Fact.
this open dialogue and these conversations. But check out, Beleaf in Fatherhood. I discovered his YouTube channel years and years and years ago, earlier on my fatherhood journey. And though I didn't know him at the time, we only met actually this year. I felt like there was someone who was just as intentional in their fatherhood journey and sharing their kids, not only the beautiful side of everything, but like the parenting and conflict resolution and loving your kids through stuff and things of that nature. He has an amazing wealth of content for you to share, years and years and years for you to dive in. The Fatherhoods pod, one of my favorites, to listen to. Guests or no guests, you can listen to that pod, and it's always some amazing conversation on there for sure. Saigon with the Tubi project, Baby Daddy Duty, the book, the autobiography, a new project coming out in 2025.
Yeah. Paint the world black. Paint the world black.
Paint the world black.
Yes, sir.
Word, man.
I'm
of
on it.
And of course, Rap Dads every Monday, 9 p.m. I just want to thank you, brothers, again. Wish you all a happy 2025. Blessings. And all of you watching, more life, more blessings to you in 2025. Thanks for rocking with us. God bless. We out.
Peace.
Peace.
Salute. Peace.
Thank you.
God bless y'all.
Bless you, bro.